there, it's Mallory here with Pets.com, where we're all about cats. And in this video, I want to talk about reasons why you shouldn't punish your cat and what you should do instead. So first off, I think viewing our cats as mischievous or naughty or bad is kind of a convenient way of looking at things, but not really accurate. So when your cat does something you don't like, they're pushing things off of the shelf or they're scratching your furniture, they're expressing a need or a desire, and it's just not lining up with our needs and desires, right? So there's just a little bit of a conflict going on. The cat is not, presumably, the cat is not intentionally trying to make problems for you. And so it's more of a communication and understanding issue than an actual conflict between the cat and the person. And hence, punishment or doing something to the cat to kind of show them that what they're doing is not acceptable is not really the right approach. You're only going to further tangle the communication between your cat and yourself and make your relationship a little bit worse. If instead of properly disciplining and redirecting your cat's behavior, you punish your cat and frighten them, doing something that stresses them out, you could end up running into a lot of problems. The cat could become increasingly uncomfortable around you, which will cause those behavioral issues to spiral. And the cat could end up being fearful. Your relationship could be damaged. So if you're repeatedly doing things to your cat that just confuse them, then they're going to end up kind of walking on eggshells when they're around you. And so the relationship ends up being harmed. So the secret here is to understand what it is your cat is expressing when they do these things and to address that need directly. There's an idea of for every no, provide a yes. So when you're trying to deter your cat from doing a particular thing, you want to give them an alternative that fulfills that need that they're expressing when they're doing whatever we're perceiving as a naughty behavior. So you're first going to stop whatever your cat is doing. So if they are scratching something you don't want them to scratch, kind of interrupt that behavior. You can do this by clapping or hissing or putting something over the area. Just prevent the cat physically from doing the thing. And then you're going to want to redirect them. You're going to point them in another direction. And the thing that you're pointing them to should satisfy the exact same need that they were calling out to you with that behavior. So for instance, if your cat has been climbing up on things that you don't want them climbing on, they're telling you, I want to climb, I want to exercise, I want to be up high. So give them a place where they can go up high. If your cat is scratching something you don't want them to scratch, remove the thing you don't want them to scratch and give them something else that they can. Give your cat a healthy, positive alternative to all of these unwanted behaviors. Environmental enrichment is going to be a really big help to you here, not only in providing alternatives to the unwanted behavior, but in reducing stress overall, which is a contributor to a lot of the things cats do that we might not want them to. This brings me to the sponsor of this week's video, which is Tuft & Paw. I have reviewed Tuft & Paw products in the past. They offer a wide variety of furniture and cat accessories, all of which are designed to be both functional and helpful to the cat and stylish in your home. You can check out the links in the description to explore their catalog of functional and stylish cat accessories. Once you've made sure that your cat's environment is filled with healthy outlets for those instincts that are causing those unwanted behaviors, you're going to want to just get out all of that excess energy with play. In most cases in which a cat is exhibiting behaviors that we don't want, there's some energy in the cat's body and in their mind that is being misdirected. And so we can get out that energy through play. Remember that our cats are predators. They thrive on hunting, and play is the best way to awaken those hunting instincts. Use your cat's brain to its fullest and let out that energy. So if your cat's having the zoomies, if they're attacking you, attacking your ankles, attacking your feet at night, if they are knocking stuff off of shelves, all of these behaviors can be alleviated through regular play sessions. 2 15-minute play sessions per day just might be the alternative to punishment that solves all of your behavioral concerns. This can also help with attention-seeking behavior. So if your cat has some sort of separation anxiety and they're doing things to try to kind of get your attention, having that regular play session, being involved in it, can help to alleviate those issues. You're also going to want to reward good behavior. So in addition to providing those outlets, give your cat a reward every time they use one of those alternative outlets. So for example, if your cat has been going onto the counter a lot and you block it off, you give them a tree to go on instead. Each time they go on that tree instead of the counter, make it a positive experience by giving them a great treat each time they go onto the tree. You can do a little brainstorming, think about what the alternatives to the behavior will be and how you can reward your cat for engaging in that behavior. Similarly, don't reward the unwanted behaviors. If you have determined that your cat is attention seeking, don't give them more attention when they do what you don't want them to do. If your cat is biting your ankles, don't start playing with them when they start biting your ankles. Play with them during their designated play session and ignore them when they do the thing you don't want them to do. Sometimes the thing you're doing to reward your cat is also the thing you think you're doing to punish them. So be conscientious, recognize when you're kind of satisfying your cat's needs inadvertently, and make sure that those needs are being satisfied when they're doing the thing you want them to do. This is how to condition your cat. Finally, you want to rule out any health issues. Some of the behaviors that we might consider to be kind of mischievous or naughty or even ill-willed can be signs of health problems. One of the best examples of this is if your cat is urinating outside of the litter box. Could seem like they're just being a problem, but in reality, this could be a sign of interstitial cystitis or some other health problem. So be sure to rule out any health issues through a vet visit and make sure that your cat's health is in good shape, perhaps even before you start doing any of this kind of conditioning and training. But fundamentally, what you're trying to do is to recognize the need your cat is expressing and satisfy that need in a healthy way. I really don't think that characterizing your cat's behavior as naughty or mischievous or bad is ever really the solution. The answer is to listen to your cat, watch what they're doing, watch what they're telling you, and answer their needs in a healthy and mutually beneficial way. Before I sign off, I want to answer a question from someone here in the Cats.com community. And this week's question comes from someone named Asada Taught Me. This person asks, what about bread ties and zip ties? My cat goes nuts for those. Is it safe? Now, presumably they're asking about using these things as toys. While I agree that these can be really fun toys, there are some potential choking risks here. The bread ties can kind of crumple up. The zip ties can be kind of small sometimes, and these can end up going down your cat's esophagus. They can cause some really big issues. So I wouldn't really recommend letting your cat play with these, especially if they're unsupervised. If you're going to give them zip ties, I would try to use big ones, maybe even loop them together to make kind of a chain that your cat can play with. You're just trying to make it big enough that they can't get it down deep into their mouth. Bread ties, I wouldn't really recommend. Pipe cleaners can be a somewhat better alternative. You just need to be careful to make sure they're not kind of segmenting into small pieces. And I've also heard about people using plastic straws kind of knotted. As long as the toy is nice and big, it's going to present less of a choking hazard. So those are my best recommendations, but if you are watching right now and you have any better ideas, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I would love to hear your recommendations for safe household items that really work well as cat toys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and brought you a little bit closer to giving your cat a better life. Thanks again for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.